people, make sure that you go ahead and check out the Beeline Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for, everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the Beeline Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go! I was just talking to myself, but don't worry, it's not gonna happen anymore. Yeah, what up, y'all? It's me, Brian B. We back at it, and yeah, bro, it's Thursday night, and we back for another Thursday. We know y'all love the entertainment show, so we're not gonna keep you waiting because we got a lot of entertainment to talk about, and I hope you brought your capes with you, because baby, we flying this shit, trying to save people's lives, because we talking about superhero movies tonight. We got a watch list for you, Kyle's in the building, and of course, we have the top 5 favorite superhero movies. You guys are not going to want to miss this episode. It's going to be a really good episode because this is the Beeline Entertainment, baby. Where you, oh damn, I ain't did that in a while. Oh shit, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Where you come on and show off. That's right. We gonna show off tonight. Superhero talk. Let's go. Yes, we are here. And listen, man, I can't do this by myself. You know why? Because I got a co-host with me, and that's my boy in the building, bro. We're gonna be talking some stuff. He always got instant perspective, and he's been doing some really awesome videos on TikTok for I believe it's Disability Awareness Month. If I'm saying it correctly, he'll correct me. But you got talking with my boy Kyle. Eric, what up, Kyle?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Chilling, man. It's another Thursday, man. Feels good. Glad to be back, bro.
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good. We took a little break in between, life was lifing. So,
life is life. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta take a break, even from the entertainment stuff,
You're right. Hey, you're super right, man. And sometimes it can be hard because, like I've expressed to you recently, and I've definitely told you guys, who watch the show. This is my life right here, man. I mean, this is a part of my life. I don't want to say all my life, but this is a major part, and this is what I want to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough to understand that at this point. But it's just like, like Kyle said, man, even with that, it gets hard when I do have to take a break. You feel like you're not doing something crazy important, and it's because you're not, but it's for a good reason. And I'm starting to try to balance that out a little bit more. But Kyle, speaking of for a good reason and important information, I really have been enjoying the videos that you've been making, man. I was just telling everybody about it, and you've been putting them out on TikTok, some really crazy stories too, bro. Like, I think sometimes you forget about what other people have to deal with that are maybe different from you or just in different situations than you.
Yeah, I appreciate the support, man. So someone told me I had to do this because it's Disability Pride Month. July is Disability Pride Month. Now I've only known about it for a couple of years, but it's only really been a thing since I believe like really like 2018, 2019. So, and I only learned about it about 2 years ago. And before I would just, put up a banner and just put up a few posts about it and talk about it in short breaths, you know what I'm saying? But now I feel like I can contribute in a way. Like I feel like telling my story is, telling my story and a few other, people's stories with permission, of course,
Yeah.
is, is a way to show people that they're not alone, especially in the, in these times, So
Yeah, for sure.
so I'm doing that. I'm putting out new A for Able stuff. I was gonna take a break I was gonna take a break for this month, but then I was like, nah, there's way too much going
See?
on right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm gonna try maybe in September. Maybe in
Yeah.
September I'll take.
But you know something, Kyle? Like, and this is an important piece of information because a lot of times, and you even just said it to me, like a lot of times people will tell you, make sure you're taking care of yourself, make
Yes.
sure that you're taking a break, make sure you're watching out for yourself. That is extremely important and good information.
Mhm.
But you also gotta also know when even though you a little tired, you a little fatigued,
Yep.
how important it is to keep going. That's a
That.
that's an important part too.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That's true. Telling these telling these stories from my perspective and my girlfriend's perspective, and just being truthful and candid about it, especially about what's going on now. Not gonna get into it, but y'all
yeah,
probably already know. So that's another reason why I feel like I have to share this stuff, and people are actually coming out and they're participating, they're commenting, they're telling their stories, and it's making me go like, let's just keep moving forward, let's keep encouraging each other, let's keep let's keep educating each other, because the problem is with a lot of things with when it comes to like disability and everything, it's it's just straight up ignorance, and I mean that in the way like people, they don't know. It's not that they don't always care. Some people just don't know. They never think about putting themselves in someone else's shoes or anything like
yeah,
that. They're in their own world. Now I've done it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to exit myself. I'm only human. But I feel like, sharing these stories and sharing A for Abled episodes and getting on here and talking about it will help someone. And that is and
what up,
that is
Brennan?
and that is the point. What's
Breon.
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you said it perfectly, bro. Like I said, man, even just like some of your stories that I was hearing and that I've like, listened to, especially the one on the bus with Ty and everything, man.
Ty, ugh, when when Ty told me
So,
this, when Ty told me those, what had happened, because it happened like one after the other, right? And we had to like, me and a few other friends of mine tried our best to convince her to report what had happened, and
hmm
she told me, babe, I'm just used to it. And in
yeah,
my and I understand, but at the same time, we shouldn't have to be used to that. That
exactly.
is that is not something you get used to. That is something that you fight for change. People don't even realize that even the shortest like accommodations that we use, people use too. Automatic doors, those little slopes in sidewalks, keyboards, freaking audiobooks. All of them were made for or by a disabled person or people, and everyone benefits. It's
Yeah.
not just us. We're not trying to exclude anyone else. We're just trying to make life a little easier for those who need it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yo, listen, that's a really good perspective. And guys, on Beeline, if you guys, I always put Kyle's links in the description of the video. So if you want to go ahead and catch some of these stories that he's talking about, you want to see how you can relate or just hear some really interesting information and a different perspective, give it a listen, man. 'Cause I'm telling you right now, like even I kind of, I grew up. My grandfather was in a wheelchair. I
Mhm,
used to, from a young age, I used to go and help him get his wheelchair out. I'd spend a lot of time with him, so I was like helping him in the stores, getting the little
mhm,
motorized carts for him and stuff. So it's like I understand exactly what you're saying. I've
mhm.
seen the different kind of lifestyle,
Yep.
but of course I don't experience it on my own. Like I can't reference it from my own
Well,
perspectives. I'm not going through it.
no,
So
but at the same time, you do have a certain perspective. It's not like you're doing it because you did it because you was somebody you loved that happened to need the
hey
extra
Ty.
help. And what's going on, babe? and you were just there for them, just like my, just like my family has been there, has been there for me. Same thing with, with Ty. We've been there, we've been there with for, for each other in a lot of, in a lot of ways. There's things that, we, because we're both differently abled or disabled or whatever, we have a similar perspective but different perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's
Yeah, because things
important.
are different.
But it's important. It's important to talk about. I'm not trying to. And that's the love of my life right there. You know. So that's, I want to learn from her when it comes to life. Her own perspective on disability and stuff like that. Same thing with her. Learning from me. So
Yeah.
happy Disability Pride Month to, to everyone, whether you are disabled yourself or you have someone close to you that is. We all deserve the same amount of respect and dignity as everyone else. Big ups.
And check this out. If you guys don't give it to them, we got a grand solution, because tonight we're gonna be talking about the people who are gonna swoop in
Let's go
and fight for justice. That was a good segue, right?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Hi, Tiara, Lewis. Nice to meet you. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Yeah, so guys, tonight, listen, we're gonna be talking, and please go check out Kyle, man. I really enjoy it, Kyle. I kind of hope you don't stop. Keep going, man. Telling stories, perspectives, whatever. Keep going, Don't stop. Take a break when you need to, but it's a really good series. I think that you should, continue it in some sort of a way.
I want to tell more funny stories, because all my other stories I've seen have kind of been a little bleak. But I'm like, I need,
listen, get you thinking. That's all. But Kyle, how'd you feel when I told you what the topic was tonight?
Dude, because it's summer, okay? Because it's summer, and we got two. I'm already gonna say we got one blockbuster out right now. Another one, another one coming in just in like less than a week. You know what I'm saying? I say this is this is perfect timing. This is perfect timing.
Well, Kyle said it. So, guys, I think that he hinted at something that I got to do now, because there is a movie that I recently watched that I had to put on the watch list. That's right. We got a new watch list for you today. Today, there's only one movie on the watch list, and we're going to talk about it because we got a lot of other movies to talk about.
I got one, but it's not really on theme. But I do have one I can add.
Kyle got one too, so we're gonna talk about two movies on the watch list. Now it's on theme. You watched it, we gonna watch it. We gonna talk about it. But all right, now Kyle, I know you didn't see this, so I'm not gonna really drop spoilers. Okay, I'm not gonna like say what happened. I'm gonna say my opinion on what I saw, but I'm not gonna give away the movie. So that's spoiler free, but I will explain what I saw.
Cool.
Guys, you know what movie I'm talking about, because the other one isn't out yet. And we're going to talk about that one too. But this is Superman 2025. All right. Now, let me tell you guys something. This is for everybody. So I know I'm going to clip this shit because I got to put this on TikTok, because I've been getting feedback. When I tell you, if I show you the amount of people that have responded to this damn video that I made, it is ridiculous. But Superman 2025, one of the biggest movies that I was looking forward to this year. No doubt about it. I love superhero movies. I love Superman. I love Batman. I love the Hulk. And when I heard they were doing a new one, there was a lot of people who was giving a lot of hate immediately. But I couldn't wait, bro. I'm always super optimistic when it comes to movies coming out, because even remakes, sometimes they're done extremely well, man. They're doing sometimes better. I mean, rarely, but sometimes better. Like, than you would have thought. But people were kind of knocking this from the beginning. How did you feel when you heard Superman was going to be remade, Kyle?
I was following information from it from the minute I heard that it was coming out. So this was like 2 years ago at this point. And the first thing I remember seeing is people getting a lot of hate when the first picture of Superman came out. Like that first picture was enough to spark controversy, because internet runs on controversy. Let's not split hairs.
Oh man, look at this! Oh,
You know,
he's
oh
wearing
my God,
red.
why does he look like that? Oh my God, why is he sitting while all this stuff is happening in the background? And
Yup.
the suit looks whack. I'm like, the movie's not even out yet,
I
y'all.
didn't even
Gee,
get there yet.
we didn't even get not one trailer, not one teaser clip, nothing. And that was at the beginning.
Yeah, man. No, you're absolutely right. That's how I felt too. And I was the main one. I was running around on social media every time I saw people talking about it, and plenty of times I've talked about it even on here. I'm just like, man, listen, this movie's. I mean, I think personally the trailers and the pictures, even the stills, I was like, yo, this shit looks like it's gonna be amazing. And then of course you heard James Gunn is doing it, and with his success that he's had in behind him. I was crazy amped up to watch Superman, bro. I could not wait. Now, with that being said,
Yep.
let's talk about it, yo. My mouse is over here messing up on me. What was Brian B's opinion of Superman? I'll tell you what. I'll give the score. Everybody ready? I'm gonna give the score first, and then I'll tell you why. This is what Brian B ranked Superman. Ready, set, go.
Yay!
That number
5.5.
Hey, Kyle, would you say that number is kind of
low? Yeah. I'm not saying it, I'm not I knew you were gonna give it like a 10 or anything. I knew this already.
Yeah.
But why so low, bro?
All right, man. So, like I said, man, I've been kind of waiting to talk about this a little bit on the show. Superman for me was a little dry. Maybe that's the best way to say it. I really think that one of the things I did was I kind of amped myself up and really, really let my I just really thought that this movie was going to either be two ways for me. Either this movie was going to be unbelievably, incredibly fantastic and amazing.
Yeah.
Or it was going to be just kind of crappy. And because of that, I think it left me feeling that no matter kind of what I watched, even though I'm not saying I was like, oh, I just can't make my mind up. I'm pretty secure on how I feel about it.
Yeah.
The movie was okay, bro. Was it good? Yep. It was good. It was good. But it wasn't phenomenal. And I kind of felt that way coming out of the theater. I was like, I said this on the TikTok video. I said, even my daughter's 14. My daughter's she's got like slight autism. Okay. So I only tell you that because I'm telling you right now, she fucking loves everything, bro. Put a cat on, my daughter's fucking playing with it, loving it, and everything.
Yeah.
Even she was like, I was just kind of bored. That's what she said. And when I tell you, like, I understood where they were going. I understood what they were doing. Some of the visuals were really good. The story was kind of all over the place. Even people that say that they liked it, that they really enjoyed it, they say the same thing. Like the story was kind of all over the place. And it was like they were just introducing a lot. And it just kind of fell flat to me, bro. It was like, I get it. This is the introduction to the new world that they're trying to entertain with James Gunn taking over the DC universe. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still excited to see where it goes from here. I'm not saying that, oh, shut it down. Like, I hate it. But I just thought there was going to be a lot more action where even where there was action, I just felt like it was kind of boring. It was kind of boring. The feats of strength that Superman was having, it was just, you didn't really see like a lot of it until the end, really. And even in the end, it was like, okay, I get it, but still, it's just a little flat. Like, when you drink some soda and you're like, oh, there's still a little crisp here, but you could taste it. Like, oh, this is about to be flat soon. I better down this shit. That's kind of how I felt, bro. And it's been an unpopular opinion because apparently, this movie is killing it. Have you seen like the reviews?
It would, dude. Like the only reason why I didn't see it day one is because I couldn't afford to. Bills.
Hey,
Okay.
listen, be like that sometimes.
That like the only reason why I had to decide, I was like, okay, am I going to see Superman or Fantastic Four? I can't do both in 1 month. I wanted to, I can't. The stuff happened. Budget
Yeah,
would not allow it. But I was, I saw the reviews because you can't like I avoided spoilers, thankfully.
yeah,
But I was seeing reviews, and it was no one said it was straight up bad,
no
right?
one.
Except except for the trolls who were review bombing the movie before the movie even came out,
Good point.
right? No one said it was straight up bad. Some said it was, some said it was all over the. Actually, just about everybody said that the style, that everything was kind of all over the place because they're trying to establish that these heroes are already here. There's no.
Exactly.
We're like right off the gate. James Gunn and his team said no origin stories. Everyone is already established. This Superman is a younger Superman. He's only 3 years into the game right now. You're going to see him struggle, and
Yeah.
that I was already expecting. So the reviews that I was seeing were either he's a like the guy playing him is a good Superman, but not a great Clark Kent. We don't see a lot of Clark Kent. We see more Superman in here. We did it. That's the stuff I was hearing, and then I was like, this junk was already making money day one, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Superman, bro. I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
it's a summer blockbuster movie. Like at the end, there's not a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And if you put Superman or Batman or even Iron Man in the movie theaters, bro, in July, you're gonna get reaction, man.
you're gonna get reaction, especially since like there are some people who are still salty about the Snyderverse going under. So
That's right.
so seeing a younger uh more boy scoutish Superman, whereas before we got the dark kind of brooding Superman from the Snyderverse. People wanted to see that, and then others were like, but we haven't seen a bright Superman in years. So I feel like we were on the, like people there was a divide. And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, James Gunn comes out and says this is a immigrant story, and then people were like, "Oh my God, Superman's gone woke," and I'm like, did y'all forget that this is Superman?
He's an alien.
Literally an
Yeah.
alien from outer space who was, who was raised on Earth. Where's this coming from?
Can I
Every
be honest with you though? Like,
Yeah,
as somebody who's seen it, and I'm
yeah,
like I said, no spoilers. I know
yeah, yeah,
that that quote is out there. That's never been like anything I've even thought of. Like I
nah,
know you got stuff going on in the in the world that's like with immigration or whatever, and that's always going on. It's not just it didn't just start yesterday, but
right.
to be real with you, like if you got that from the movie, I don't know what the fuck you're watching
It
because
was a slow news day, dog. Like they were
yeah,
repeating on this, like it was messing up that whole "you messed up my childhood" attitude. And I'm like, y'all ain't really watching Superman, are you? Or reading
bro.
Superman for that matter.
The one thing that I really can say, one of the things that I really did like is I like my the dude who played Lex Luthor.
I,
The
I
guy
heard he was the perfect amount of jerk, like the perfect amount
evil.
of just evil for no reason,
You know what,
just
Kyle?
jealousy. Hmm.
It kind of makes sense too that this Lex Luthor that we got in this one, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I don't want to compare to the Spider Verse, to the Snyderverse or whatever, but
yeah,
that was a weak ass Lex Luthor in that
for real.
for depiction.
For
But
real. I give
this
him credit
one,
for what he did, but that was a weak
it
depiction.
was
Weak.
really weak.
Yeah.
But this guy, this motherfucker was ruthless, bro.
Mm.
And he depicted Lex Luthor in a way that you would want to see more of a devastating Superman. Like, oh,
Mm.
he's gonna be like this. Well, I'm gonna hang his ass up in the air by his ankles and drop him and go pick him back up until you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this Superman was very kiddish. And when I say that, I mean like he wasn't in the realm. I kind of compared it if you saw Shazam.
Mm.
It wasn't the same kind of like movie, but it definitely was the same kind of attitude a little bit. Like
Mhm.
he was just very like kind of innocent a little bit.
Mhm.
And for me, it was just kind of mid, bro. I mean, I've been trying to fucking figure out how to explain this for a while.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I would even watch it again just to try to see if it, like, maybe like the second time around,
Yeah.
it'll build my interest. I watched this shit on the IMAX screen. It was
Lucky.
really nice,
Woo. Mhm.
but it's just like I just really wasn't feeling it, man. I was really, really hoping to feel it too. I was really like, damn, I can't wait. I couldn't wait for this movie. That's how I
Mhm.
know I'm not just like, oh, I'm just mad it wasn't like this. And that's how a lot of people like to they like to make up reasons why you don't like some shit. I'm being
Everybody
honest
has
with you.
everybody has a right to their own opinion. If you were to go like if you were like one of those trolls that were review bombing the movie for whatever reason, then I'd be like, dude, what the heck you doing? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly.
You know,
But
that
I just didn't feel it, man.
you
I was
know,
really feeling it like
and
that.
that's okay, and that's okay. Like you said, you didn't say it was like bad. You didn't say it was like the most phenomenal thing you've ever seen either. But it's somewhere in the middle. Plus,
In the middle.
we got so much we got so much ahead of us. You
Yeah,
know, So it's so to me, I'm gonna have to make my opinion when I actually watch it, but
exactly.
but as a longtime Superman fan, and I was even a fan of the Snyderverse for the most part, but to
True.
me,
True shit.
I like Boy Scout Superman. I like the old school, like kind of like doesn't always know what he's doing, kind of he can break something, but he's very careful about it, kind of Superman. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Super.
so
Yeah,
that
you'll like this one then. I'll tell you that.
so that's it. That's it. You know.
Yes, and it's got its parts where it's just like it's fun to watch,
Mhm.
but yeah, I definitely see how it would be like a little bit more fun for the kids,
Yeah.
to kind of get into or whatever. But there's still like even with that, it's like there's still like some adult themes in it. And like at
Yep.
one point, I was like, damn, like should my kids even be watching this? So
Mhm.
yeah, so it's like there's a little bit of everything, I guess, for everybody. But
Mhm.
that's why I say like all over the place a little bit. But yo,
Makes
guys,
sense.
definitely go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely
Yep.
go see if you like it and definitely have your own opinion. But that's just Brian B's opinion.
Yep.
And Kyle, I'll see when you see it and we'll see how you feel about it, bro.
Word. All right.
All right. So that's one down. Kyle, you said you had a movie. What you been watching, bro? Put on the watch list.
Sinners. I finally saw Sinners.
Oh, you saw it. Okay. We talked
I
about it too.
I finally saw Sinners. Now now to be fair, like me and Ty were watching it for for a movie night, right? We didn't finish it. Ran out of time. We were like right at the right at the ending as we were at before we finished it, before we decided to cut it off. But
Okay.
you're right. It's not really like it was advertised as a horror film. Like it's on
Yeah.
HBO. It's on HBO Max. Google had it advertised in all caps, horror. Right. So that's why I was like I had to ask my baby if if I could watch it with her because she's a horror fan. Right.
Yeah.
But we're watching it together, and I'm like, this ain't a horror film. This is a drama.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, it takes a long time.
This this is a freaking drama. You are halfway through the film before the vampires even show up.
Shit, more than
So
halfway, honestly, because
and
you're damn near an hour into the film before it really started to get any kind of horror aspect to it.
they'll give you the like I felt the history, right?
Hmm.
I felt the music. I love the transitions in the music when we got to the and I like that it's not a musical. There is
Yeah,
music in it. There is music in it, but I like that it's not that it's not a musical, and it is very it does have its historical pieces to it. And I'm like, there's a love story in this. There's
yeah,
a
there's a lot.
father and son drama in this. There's a morality message in this. Of course, there's racism in this. I felt bad for Cornbread, you know.
Yeah,
I, I was like, and then some of the the lines that became memes. I'm like, oh, that's why she said it like that, or that's why
exactly.
he said, that's why you said it. I was invested in these people.
Yeah,
I was invested in the people, and the music was dope.
yeah.
The
It was especially the scene with them in the when they finally made the club, and you just saw like
Yeah,
the whole. Yeah, like you're in there, and if you ain't
You are
moving to that shit, I don't know where your
you
soul
are
is at.
you
Cause
are in there, and they give you this whole they give you this like little tapestry of music history. Like
yeah,
we got the blues, we got jazz, and then thanks to all of that, we get hip hop. You know,
hmm
all of that was beautifully done. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Sinners was good, man.
Yeah.
Sinners was really fucking good. I saw a couple of people, and it's funny, and I'm not trying to clown anybody for any race or anything like that, but I'm just being honest. Like I did see a couple of people really like. I thought this was a horror movie, and I get it because, like you just said, Kyle, like you were very, it's
I
very
heard vampires,
portrayed.
I thought horror. You know what I'm
You're a
saying?
vampire. You ain't gonna think fucking comedy, like you know what I'm saying?
No, but then again, I feel like I got tricked with with Twilight back in the day.
Oh
So
man, listen, that's all. You'll never see Brian B review that shit. What
I
do they
saw
do? They
I
sparkle?
saw the
Oh yeah,
first
I'm
film
watching that
on
shit.
bootleg. That was it. I saw the
I
first film
can't.
on bootleg. That was it.
Yeah, bro. That's some shit that you can keep that with the Divergence and all them books. Y'all have fun. It's just not my shit. I can't. I'm not interested. But yeah, Sinners was pretty good, man. All right, Kyle. So what would you rate it? What would you rate
Um,
Sinners?
honestly, I gotta give that joint a solid 8.5. That's it.
8.5.
That's an
Okay.
8.5. That's an 8.5 for me for the acting alone.
Okay.
The acting, the music, and the story kept me invested. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Sinners was really good, man. Michael B. Jordan did his thing on that. I really liked his
pulling
depiction.
double duty too.
Yeah, I
You know?
liked his depiction of how he interacted with his brother, and
Mhm.
you remember, you gotta remember that was all him, just him, having a character. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure like when they do shit like that, there's a stand-in, and he got the chance to like, but
Yeah.
still, it's like it's just phenomenal work, man. Sinners is
Mhm.
really good, bro. But that's our watch list, man. But Kyle, man, that's not it because we still have the capes on our back,
Mhm.
superhero in our blood.
Yep.
And we've been watching superhero movies for a very long time, bro. So I gotta ask you,
Yep.
what was some of the childhood superhero movies that brought you into like the comic book realm or like the superhero realm for you?
Uh, for me, it was definitely it was the Superman, the early Christopher Reeve Superman films.
Mm,
It was stuff like Blade. It was, it was stuff like to a certain degree Spawn, but a lot of this,
yes.
a lot of the superhero movies I watched, a lot of them were animated. Like
Okay.
I had the old Fleischer cartoons on VHS. I had I would watch a lot of Superman and Batman adventures on Kids WB back in the
That's
day, and
right.
then I'm a Power Ranger fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm a Power Ranger fan and I'm a Ninja Turtle fan. So that is
Yes.
where and then then when it really started really popping off in the 2000s with the X-Men films. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah. For
You know,
sure. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
X2 was X2 was my favorite.
Yeah, X2 was probably, in my opinion, that was 2002. I was in high school. I was in
Mhm.
high school. I think I was in my junior year in high school. And when I tell you we ran to see the first X-Men with Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry and everything,
Yep.
and which was phenomenal, bro. Because remember, this was at a time where this is before Iron Man, this is before everything.
Yep.
That shit ushered in kind of like the newer era where it was like you were saying before, like Blade and like these are movies that came out, and right before that you had really goofy superhero movies, bro. Like of course there was some good ones still, but you had like goofier depictions.
You
And
had like
I'll show you one right now. That's gonna fucking throw you back, bro.
I
Woo!
no, you didn't. No, you did not.
Yeah,
No, you
go
did not.
one right here.
No offense to Shaq, and no offense to Shaq, but you
Man.
could not pay me to watch this movie. I tried, dude. I
Yeah,
tried when I was a kid. I tried.
that shit was crazy.
I could not take it seriously. I'd rather watch Blank Man on repeat. You feel me? I could
Woo!
not.
Yo, listen, Black Man is a classic. I
Blank
love
Man is
Black Man.
is a certified hood classic. Okay,
I love Black Man, bro. Oh,
seriously.
here's another one. Here's another one for you. Meteor
Meteor
Man,
Man. Now,
bro.
Okay.
I
What I get,
love Meteor Man.
what I give Robert Townsend for, what I give Robert Townsend so much credit for is number one, this is original. It's
Yes.
not based on anything, and the cast is stacked.
Yes,
The
man. You forget
cast is stacked. It
James Earl Jones. You had
James,
even early Don Chile.
right?
You had Sinbad, Mike Epps, not Mike Epps, Eddie Griffin. I
Eddie
meant,
Griffin.
yeah, bro. Of
You
course,
had, you had so
Marla Giggs.
you had so many people in this, and he came up with it. Like a lot of it makes no sense whatsoever.
But it's so awesome, yo.
But it's awesome because it's a great attempt at a superhero and a black superhero at that.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta give him credit for that. He also did another one. He also did another one in like 2003 or something on Disney Channel. It was called Up and Away. Where
I
it
think
was
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was an early decom. He played a superhero father called not Warrior Eagle. What was it, Silver Eagle or Golden Eagle?
Oh,
One of those things. But
I do remember this.
yeah, and his son, like he had a son who was about to turn 13, and they were getting ready for his, for him to get his powers, but he ended up being a normal kid, but he still
That's
saved the
right.
day. But the I will, but I'm like, yo, Disney. I get that you did not have the budget. I get it. This is we're in the future now. All the superhero movies and stuff are huge, but you could have worked a bit more on the plot and the weakness because they had the dumbest weakness I have ever. Aluminum foil was their weakness, dog. Oh, the entire family could be taken down by a lunch. Okay, the entire family could be
Really?
taken down by a freaking. You
How
went
did I
buy
miss
some
this
foil from
shit?
the dollar store and you defeated the entire family like that.
That
You
is
know,
unbelievable, bro. How did I miss that? I remember this being on, but I didn't remember it. Like I remember like parts of it, but I don't think I ever like watched it. I would have remembered aluminum foil.
I watched it a couple times. That was the thing. Like
That is
I found it funny
crazy.
in some ways. Like it had mind control. It had an environmental message. But then you remember that they tell you the weakness right out the gate. Like somebody gives them a neighborhood kid and their kid's best friend gives them zucchini bread, and everybody is like jumping like, wait a minute, why did you bring that in here? Because he doesn't know at the point, right? It's wrapped in aluminum foil, and they take tongs and they bury it. This is the first few
That's some
minutes of the
crazy shit,
film.
bro.
I'm like, why out of everything aluminum foil? You couldn't even come up with something, you
That's
know?
crazy. That's
It was so
batshit
dumb,
crazy.
you know. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for what it was, and freaking Sherman Hemsley was in it. I couldn't say no. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
man.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that, Kyle, because there's definitely a lot of like movies that we grew up watching, especially in our childhood,
Yep.
that were just coming on, bro. Like of course you said Spawn earlier. I remember when Spawn came out with
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jai White and John Leguizamo,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like 1996, and you didn't think of Spawn as a superhero, but he had those characteristics. He had
Yep.
the gadgets, and
Mm-hmm.
even though it was a little darker, and this fat clowns over here spitting and eating maggots, and it's like, what the fuck is this? So
Yep.
it was entertaining to our brains at that time, who was just like bad shit anyway.
Yeah.
But it was a great like depiction of like just early goofy superhero shit, bro.
Yep. And
Yeah,
like the early Batman films, I say early, like, but like the 1989 Batman film, the
greatness.
greatness and freaking like the depiction of the Joker and everything, great. Just about every other film except for Bat Nipples, I really,
Yeah.
yeah, I really enjoyed that because I was still am a huge Batman fan. Not
Yeah, man.
nowhere close to my cousin, but but I'm a Batman fan till I die.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man. And like you said, this was one of the first ones, bro. And just like every time I see this logo, man, with the shiny emblem and it's like the
yep.
gold and it's so crisp, like it just makes you love Batman, bro. Like I
Hmm.
remember being young and I'm an 87 kid, so it's like
Same
I
here.
still remember to this day, like wanting to see this Batman, having the toys. I just saw on one of the nostalgia things that I follow
Yep.
some of the old toys, like the purple blackish box,
Hmm.
and they'd have like the Batmobile, they'd have the the motorcycle, they'd have all of that shit.
Yep.
Yo, all off of this movie that I used to watch as a kid, man. Just unfucking untouched, just authentic. Everything was just like, put together. It wasn't CGI shit really. This
Nah,
was like
a lot of stuff was practical,
yeah.
and I wish we would do more of a mix of practical and CG. You know?
Yeah, yeah, adds more character. It adds a lot. I think we
Yeah.
talked about it one time when we were talking about, the difference when like, the Rugrats or Doug and when those cartoons and stuff first came out, or even like going back further to like, the old Looney Tunes or
Yep.
Tom and Jerry.
Yep.
The drawings, yo, you just see like the drawings, you can see the actual animation, like where you're flipping the damn pages and that's what's making them move and doing
Yep.
stuff.
You could
And
see
then
the
he
out. You could see the
transitioned.
outlines. You could see what how because they it took them a long time just to make one scene to make
That's right.
one short. And I'm cool with the way that things have been digitized and everything, but at the same time, like I still want to like I'm an animation fan. I want to see what kind of effort and everything went into this. I also
Yeah.
want animators to get paid what they're worth, but that's a different story,
You can go
you
on
know?
Chat GBT. I listen, Chat GBT made me a new logo recently, and I don't hate it. And I make logos and shit. It's like it's just, I get it. Like you said, bro, it's like it's cool to enjoy some of the benefits that come with the technology,
Yeah.
but yeah. But watching the Batman, like every time I see a picture from the old school Batman poster, I'm just
Yep.
like, damn, there was so much character there, man. There's so much to love, like even just down to the emblem. But when you see something that is just kind of digitally generated,
Yeah.
it's cool to look at, I guess, but it just doesn't
Mhm.
have the same feel. I mean, maybe that's just, in my mind and in my realm, but
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we grew up on that. Like we like the generations after us, a lot of the CG came in, so they're already used to it. We saw it transition. We saw 2D animation go into CG animation and every other cartoon be CG.
that's right.
We saw practical effects in the movies where you had to use a lot of imagination because not everything could be early Jurassic Park. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
You know,
Shit, yo, Jurassic Park, you forget about just how good that damn movie was, man.
right?
When it first came out, that shit was a spectacle. People could not believe when you went and you saw the trailer and you were like, I'm about to see real life fucking dinosaurs
Right.
on the movie screen.
It looked
That
that
shit was
good in the
unheard of,
early '90s, dog. Like,
bro.
you know. Hmm.
Incredible too. But like you said, man, we talked about Meteor Man. We talked about, of course, Batman. A lot of early '90s childhood superhero movies were very corny.
Yes.
I didn't even bring up the Fantastic Four and Captain America and Spider Man TV show. Them shits was horrible, bro.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
they tried. Like they tried. They
The
tried.
Flash show. Remember the first Flash show
The
with
first Flash show. Yeah,
man, that shit was bad.
oh man, but I didn't. You know what? I didn't get to watch the first Flash. I only found out it was a thing because one day I'm at FYE and it was
Hmm.
there in the DVD shelves. I'm like, wait,
Gotcha.
I remember seeing like a clip of it, but I never actually watched the full episode. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I
almost bought it.
remember. Listen, be glad you didn't because it really was not that good. And I'm saying that because I used to watch these shows back in the day. I used to watch I don't know if you remember the Swamp Thing show. And
Oh,
remember
they
Swamp Thing had a movie, and I
mhm,
this before I even knew it was DC.
Yep.
Swamp Thing had a movie with Heather Locklear and shit.
Yeah, I think I remember that. That was the one where that's the one where they got together at the end, right? Like
Yeah,
he saved her life. She almost died. He brought her back,
weird.
and it was like, because I remember flipping through channels and I happened to come across that movie, and I was and I was kind of invested at that point, because I
Yeah,
was like, okay, Swamp Thing, okay, what's going on here, you know?
yeah. They also had a TV show as well, and it used to come on, and it kind of like took the same kind of tone or whatever,
Yeah.
and he would come and fight things. I don't even know how long it was on for. That's right.
Mm.
DC had revamped. They had brought the TV show back for a little bit too. I
Oh
didn't
yeah, I remember that. It was like 10 to 12 episodes. It was a I believe when they brought it back, you talking about the one from like a few years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, when they brought that back, it was a DC universe. They had a streaming service before HBO Max. There was DC Universe, the streaming service, and um,
that's right.
that's where they premiered the Harley Quinn TV show,
And Titans was incredible.
Titans, Swamp Thing, and Stargirl, and it wasn't financially like it wasn't financially lucrative. At least I don't think it was, because it was very, very niche. Like
Yeah.
it was, you had to be a fan to even know what this was, because they had comics you could read on the service, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was
You
it
know?
was it was good too, and Titans definitely sold that shit. But
Oh yeah.
like you said, because of the fact that it was very like catered. I didn't think that they were gonna put out content that would actually be watchable. I thought it was gonna be like, okay, they got a Teen Titans show that's
Yep.
probably gonna be really cheesy, really corny. But then I watched it and I'm like, holy shit, this is
Like this is
phenomenal. Like
dark.
it's
This is dark as heck. What the
dark as shit for sure.
like what the Raven is? When did this turn into freaking Curie? Raven was in the freaking prayer closet with all the crosses and stuff.
Yeah, with all the crosses and ravens coming out of her face and shit. Yeah, yeah. And then not even not them smashing and shit like that or whatever with what's his name? I don't know even know that guy's Alan Richardson, who
Mm-hmm.
plays Reacher now. That I saw that he wants to be Batman, and I don't even know why they got to argue with that motherfucker. He
That is
put
that a
him in the
yes
bat
from
suit,
you?
bro.
That would be
That
a yes
dude
from you.
Reacher, hell yeah, bro. Put him. He started out on American Idol. He was on
Oh,
American Idol singing to Paula Abdul back in the day when I think it was the era when Ruben Studdard won. But
2004? Sheesh,
yeah,
like 2003, 2004?
he was one of the finalists, number like a number 12 finalist.
Wow.
And he grew from there, man, and then he's best known for Reacher now. But
Wow.
that dude is gigantic. Reacher's another good ass show on
Mm,
Amazon Prime. That's a good ass show. But
mm.
yeah, man, he's trying to play Batman. But yeah, Kyle, we had our fair share of superhero movies, and it's crazy to believe. I was just thinking about this. We talk shit, bro. I'm talking about
Yep.
Superman and stuff like that now, whatever. But coming from where we were when we were growing up, we couldn't wait to go. And I remember getting the Captain America movie from the damn video store and watching it with him putting
Oh.
the shield on the bike, and he had the
Mm.
costume on.
I never
But
watched that
Dolph
early
Dolph
one.
Lundgren,
Oh,
Dolph
Dolph
Lundgren was
Lundgren.
yes, Dolph Lundgren. If I'm not mistaken, Dolph Lundgren was the damn Captain America. It was like 1990.
Didn't he also play
Remember?
He-Man?
Yeah, he played. I know he definitely played He-Man.
He played He-Man. Oh
Hold on,
man.
wait, bro. I know I'm not tripping. He played he
Go
wasn't
on
Punisher. He
IMDb.
Punisher? I'm pulling it up right now. Captain. I'm almost positive he was Captain America. Was it him? Was it him? No, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, some other guy. Scott Mendon. Okay, so it wasn't him. Yeah, but he definitely played He-Man. That was
Yeah.
my shit too. He-Man
And
with
Masters of the
Skeletor,
Universe.
Master
Yeah.
of the Universe. Yeah, they
And
played that stupid little
they're
flute
trying to
thing.
bring that back too, like as a live action. They already did a rebooted cartoon. Now they've been trying to get the live action off the ground forever.
Yeah, I heard
And
that they've been recording it, but
yeah.
I think it's gonna be a Netflix movie.
And I'm just hoping it comes out, and I hope that we spend more time on Eternia. I'm just saying, like,
Mm,
this is a fantasy story. Can we spend more time in the fantasy realm? That's all I'm asking. You know?
yeah. Hey, listen, I feel you. Hey. So to top off, like I was saying, bro, we had a lot of stuff that we came from. We definitely were in the trenches.
Yeah.
But let's be real, man. The superhero movies that we're able to get now are unbelievable,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
We're getting to see real life depictions of the cartoons that we were watching,
Hmm.
and I mean, there's no like difference. Like we're literally. I thought about this shit the other day. I heard somebody like downgrade the Avengers movie, and I'm like, bro, do you understand that we get to see Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk,
This
all in the
this
same fucking movie?
this had never been done before.
Unreal.
Not to mention it was an experiment to
Yeah.
build up to the Avengers.
Look at the old
Everything
goofy
being
shit.
connected. You had never seen everything being connected like it was in the is that Howard the Duck?
Yes, that's the goofy shit we was watching, bro. Now people
Oh
bitching
man.
about the stuff we got now. Like
Oh
we
man.
remember this Fantastic Four. This movie was
That one
so
never
bad.
came out. Like that one
This
never
shit didn't
legally
even
came out.
come
You had to go
out,
to a
bro.
con to get that. Underground. Man.
Unbelievable. And then of
Man.
course X-Men came out and Spider-Man. Listen, Spider-Man number 2. That's with Doc Ock.
Oh, yes, yes,
That's one of the greatest
yes.
superhero movies of all time.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm gonna need you to real quick do something for me, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Look up Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh shit, let's
Just look
go.
up, just look up
I'm
Japanese
ready.
Spider-Man, please.
All right, I'm ready for this one. Japanese Spider-Man. This is gonna be bad. Beeline, get ready. Oh, I'm over here typing air. I'm just typing nothing. What I do? I'm fucking putting pictures back up.
I didn't
All
know
right,
you could
hold
do
on.
that, man.
Japanese Spider-Man. Damn, that sounds so racist.
No, there's a reason why we call it Japanese. There's a reason why we call it Japanese
Oh
Spider-Man.
man, this motherfucker's a Power Ranger. All right, let's go. All right, this is cow shit, y'all.
It,
There we go.
listen,
What's his
listen.
name?
This is Spider-Man this is Spider-Man in Japan, 1970s, right here. Okay,
Holy crap!
he had his own mech and everything,
He
right?
got a Zord. He a
Totally
Power
different.
Ranger.
Yeah, like it's a totally different origin story. It's not Peter Parker. It's a Japanese. I believe he was a photographer or a dirt bike racer or whatever. Right? 50,
Okay.
50 episodes. The guy in the suit did his own stunts. Right? It was it was very budget friendly. But here's the interesting thing about it. This was a collaboration between I think it was Toho and Marvel, but specifically for the Japanese audience. And at the time when they showed it to Stan Lee, some people were around Stan Lee saying, "Oh, this looks corny, this looks cheesy." Da da da. Stan Lee loved it, right? He loved it. He's like, this will get the kids into it. This da, 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 but it didn't make it. It never made its way over here. But
Yeah.
because of you see, he's got his own mech. He's got his own car. All that stuff, right? It
Yeah.
inspired a lot of the tropes that we see in Power Rangers. A
Oh
lot of
shit,
the
for
tropes that
real?
we see in the Sentai. Yes. Hmm. Like the Sentai and stuff was already around, but they established the mechs and some of the and some of the tropes they still use to this day through because of Spider-Man. This
Bro, that's
version of Spider-Man.
crazy, yo. I never heard of
It
this ever in my life.
it is nuts.
That's crazy.
You can't find it anywhere legally, and I'm mad because it was on Marvel's official site for a while. Back
Oh
in like
wow.
2009, they did have it on the site for you to legally watch, but now you can't watch it anywhere outside the states anyway. I mean, like
Was it good?
in the states. It was it
Or
was
kind of cheesy?
it was cheese. It was the cheese
Okay.
that you expect from the things that we grew up on watching
Look at
Power
the
Rangers and
toys.
stuff like that. It was cheesy. It was very well done
Look
cheese.
at the toy, Kyle. That shit gonna break in the package.
Look,
That shit broken with us looking at it right on the screen.
mhm. But yeah, but it had its fans.
Hey man.
It had its fans. Yeah, 50 episodes. 50
That's
episodes,
crazy.
one season, giant mechs, a spider car, all that,
Holy
all
shit.
that crazy stuff. And like I said, the guy that played Spider-Man, he did his own stunts. They did a lot of stuff on the cheap, but they did it well, you
Yo,
know?
shout out to them. You just taught us all something. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of motherfuckers who don't know that right there. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I still want to watch it. And if I ever get
Listen,
it and if I ever get a chance to actually watch it, I want to get your opinion.
yo, listen, we gonna watch it. We gonna watch it on the show. They don't got it on YouTube or nothing.
Not legally.
Uh,
Someone did put it up there on the sneak, and then and then it got cut. It just got cut from the
yeah.
because the Japanese production, they didn't like it. I'm like, look, now we're seeing more people getting into more like Super Sentai and the original, and the original stuff, other than like Godzilla and Power Rangers
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So now is the, especially with the way superheroes are over here and over there, now it is the time. Drop it,
Yeah.
you
Yo,
know?
and you bring up a good point. We are kind of transitioning right now. I mean, there has definitely been some ones that I haven't enjoyed, but movies like The Incredibles and of course the animated Spider-Verse, like people love that shit. I'm not
Man,
the biggest fan. I know it's good, but it's just not for me really. Um, but anywhere from RoboCop, like we've definitely had some bangers as far as superhero movies, man. And then we got this shit
absolutely.
right here,
Oh,
which
fan four stick? Yeah, look.
this is the worst, in my opinion, the worst. Here you go. Here's one for the record books, guys. This is the worst. Fuck the other one that didn't come out. At least they were smart enough to not put it out. This was the worst superhero movie of all time, in my opinion. One of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Man,
They weren't Fantastic Four the entire fucking movie. They were in a lab, and that's all they were, in a lab the entire movie. Until finally the guy became Doctor Doom, like on some weird shit, and then they go into a portal and they fight for maybe 3 minutes. And when I say fight, I mean just blasting stuff at each other.
of course, of
And
course.
then the shit was over.
I
That's
I
it.
I remember being curious about this movie when it came out. I remember making a few videos when the trailer came out because I like the trailers. But
Yeah.
but a good trailer versus a good movie are two different things. A bad movie could have a good trailer and vice versa.
That's right.
And plus I'm sick of them fighting Doctor Doom first. I
Mm,
That Doom is not supposed to be a level 1 villain.
villain. That's
Doom
right.
Doom is supposed to be at the level of freaking Thanos, okay?
That's right.
So,
Higher even in some cases.
higher, exactly. So I hope that they take their time with Doomsday. I really hope they take their time with Doomsday based on what they're
Yeah.
doing, based on what we know about it right now. So,
Well, you ready, Kyle? Because we
yeah.
go from literally the worst Fantastic Four, for the worst superhero movie, one of the worst movies I've ever seen, to like we were just talking about. As a matter of fact, here I got some stuff here. Why am I not using my stuff? So I'm gonna go ahead and use it because this is something that I want to see it.
All
And
right.
we just talked about it before, and Kyle said that he was saving. He basically subjected Superman. For this one here, we got the new Fantastic Four coming out. I believe next week it's going to be dropping.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to lie, man. I'm excited for it. I definitely want to see it. I'm definitely going to see it.
Yep.
But I don't know how it's going to be. I really, really, really hope
Fair.
that this is going to be incredible. Like, I really hope this is going to be incredible. How do you feel, Kyle?
I'm hoping this, look, fourth time's the charm.
Yeah,
I
just
hope,
about.
not counting the one that never came out, like fourth time's the charm,
Yeah.
because it like we've been building up to this for a while. The casting looks good. I just want to know, like, we're in the 19 a version of the 1960s. Like, it looks like from the trailers, it looks like the 60s from a futuristic perspective, like what they thought it was going to be like in the future. So
Yeah.
that looks fun to me. They even got the robot in there, and I believe the robot is originally from the old Fantastic Four cartoon. For some reason, and I'm talking about like from the 70s or something. They couldn't use the Human Torch for reasons, so they
Oh,
put the
really?
robot in there.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
It's a
That's old school knowledge.
it was a logistic thing. If I have my knowledge right, anybody can fact check me. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
prepared for being wrong. But
Oh yeah.
but as far as I know, the reason they couldn't use the Human Torch has something to do with logistics. They had something to do with money, so they came up with the robot, and he's also in this movie, and that's a first. So I got to give him. It looks good, looks good. And for those of us who are still complaining about the fact that they went with the female version of the Silver Surfer, that's comic accurate. So I'm
Yeah.
not. So I ain't gonna say nothing about it until I see the film. You know.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited to see Galactus and what they portray with him because he's definitely a big bad, a
Oh yeah.
really big bad, and we're gonna see like how that goes.
As long as he's not a
Um,
puff of smoke, we good. Like we
please, yeah.
like as long
You
as
know what's
he's not.
crazy though? I'm gonna be
Uh,
honest. I'm not gonna even front on here.
yeah.
I'm one of the rare people who I'm not gonna say like it was the greatest movie ever, but I didn't mind the other Fantastic
Oh,
Four
I
movies.
didn't
I mean,
hate. No,
they
I
were
didn't
fun.
hate it.
You know what I mean? It just
Yeah,
wasn't accurate at
I
all.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't hate it. The second Fantastic Four movie. I actually liked the first one more than the second,
Yeah,
but I like the way Silver Surfer looked. And as someone like Silver Surfer is a deep cut. I only knew about Silver Surfer because he had his own TV show on Fox
cartoon. That's right.
for a short amount of time, right?
Iron Man. Listen, for people who don't know, Iron Man,
Yep.
Fantastic Four, The Incredible Hulk,
Yep.
of course, X-Men and Spider-Man in them.
West
But
Coast
yeah,
Avengers.
damn, that's one that I would have to see to remember. But I'm pretty sure I'd know it if I
It
saw it.
wasn't great, dog. It wasn't great.
They had a lot there was a lot of cartoons out that a lot of people don't, even the Iron Man cartoon where you had the Mandarin and he had all the rings with the freaking,
Yeah.
the mullet cut and shit.
Yep.
I, there was so many depictions. There was a lot of cartoons back in the day, man.
Oh yeah.
And then that's why I'm saying like we're so lucky to live in this world where they're making these movies that are
Yep.
so realistic. And like the graphics, you can't even tell that this Superman is literally Superman. Like you're watching this shit.
Yeah.
It's magic, bro. It's like,
It
even though we bitch about it, it's
it's
magic.
beautiful. It still makes the little kid version of me smile. You
Yeah,
know,
for
because
real.
really I never grew out of this stuff. I just grew up with it. You know.
Yeah, me too. In a way, that's why we're
Yep.
talking about it. Now, bro. Like I'm
Yep.
reliving a lot of shit through my kids, and like I'm enjoying when my son comes to me and says, "Hey, Daddy, you want to watch this?" Or I just catch him watching like older stuff that I used to like or that I like now. So it's an awesome time to be a comic fan or a superhero fan, and even though we have the debates and the conversations, you're always
Yeah.
gonna have that, but just know like, bro, it's an awesome time to enjoy this stuff, man, to let your fantasy, to let your imagination run wild with these awesome stories, and
Absolutely.
continue to go forward, bro. So yeah, superhero movies, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the combo. Hope it brought you back to some of the times that you grew up watching these movies and movies that you've liked in the past. Definitely, feel free to drop some comments underneath the video. But
Yep.
we are in the hour of time here, so you know what that means. We are going to hit the top 5, baby. It is the Beeline Entertainment Show top 5, and today we do have the top 5, our top 5 favorite superhero movies. This is
Mm-hmm.
going to be a lot of fun, Kyle. All right,
Yep.
so we always try to see if we're going to you know um
If
see if we
anything
match.
overlaps, yeah.
Yep. See if we
Hmm.
match each other's thoughts over here. So I'll go ahead and kickstart off the very first one. I think y'all gonna be kind of surprised by my list, but I don't know. Now remember, this isn't the ones that we think are the greatest of all time. Like I stated before, I'll tell you right now. Infinity War, Endgame, but I put Infinity War before Endgame. X-Men 2, X2, definitely up there. That
Mhm.
opening scene with Nightcrawler is fucking phenomenal.
Crazy.
Um, and then of course, Super Spider-Man 2. There's a couple. Civil War. There's a couple greatest superhero movies of all time. So hands down, just wanted to get that clear. This is the ones that we love, not what we
Yep.
think are the greatest.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and start it off. Number 5 for me, Blade, bro. I
Blade.
am a fan of Blade, yo. I remember 1998. I saw this movie in the theaters twice, and I was like, what, fucking fifth grade?
Yep.
And remember, when I saw Blade, I'll be dead ass honest. I did not know that this was anything to do with comics. This is me still
Mhm.
watching the
Yep.
Spider-Man cartoon,
Yep.
seeing characters like Morbius,
Yep.
not really understanding that this is the same realm. Because honestly, it really wasn't. If you remember, like,
Yep.
Blade was dark, bro. But when I
Dark.
tell you, you want to see a kick ass fighting kung fu karate vampire flick,
Mhm.
come on, bro.
Yep.
Blade was fucking phenomenal. When did you
And
see it, Kyle?
much later. I didn't get
Much
to see
later,
it as a
right?
kid because
Yeah.
it's a rated R film.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get to see. I got to play the game before I saw the movie.
Oh,
Right?
okay. The game for PlayStation.
For PlayStation. Yeah, I got
I
to play the
remember that shit.
game. I got to play the game for a little bit before I saw the movie. I remember seeing first time seeing it, I saw it on TV, so it was like, the censored version, but
Oh
still
yeah.
but still loved it. My introduction to Blade was Spider-Man 1994. You
Mm.
know, when they had a saga, it was them versus Morbius. So I got introduced to Blade and Morbius through the cartoon. And
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes playing this version of Blade. First off, great casting.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I mean, from the opening scene, of course, one of the most classic. Another opening scene that is just beyond classic with the vampire club where they're dancing in the blood,
Yep.
techno music blaring, and then
Hmm.
all of a sudden, it's hundreds of vampires, and Blade just walks in and clears the room, and they're standing there watching them. And remember, because they had the girl had bought the guy there to kind of sacrifice him or whatever. And Blade walks in and just tears the fucking house down, bro.
Mm.
Opening scene.
Yep.
And it didn't stop from there. It just kept going. It wasn't. Blade is one of those movies where you got action, action, action. Okay, another little dialogue. Action, action, action. Okay, some dialogue. But it still fits.
Yep.
Unbelievable. And you wonder why I don't like Superman and shit. Can't go backwards, motherfucker. Like, I've been built around these good ass movies my whole life, man.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, Blade's definitely my number 5, bro. What you got for number 5?
I gotta go with probably for number 5. I gotta go with probably Christopher Reeve Superman. The
Christopher Reeve, Superman.
Superman. Look,
Classic. So we're talking about the first one.
yes. Yes, yes, yes. I watched that on TV, and then my aunt, shout out to my aunt Shay, she was the one that really like she had no idea how much the movies that I would watch at her place would impact me. Everything from she had Superman 2 on VHS. She had the Star Wars, the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS, and I would watch, and she had Back to the Future. All of those
Mm,
movies impacted the person I am today. You know,
yeah.
so so Superman 1 going into, watching Christopher Reeves do his thing, and then going into Superman 2 when we meet Zod and everything,
God,
right? Like that.
one of the greatest.
It was beautiful. It was really well done. It was well acted and, practical,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, people
yeah.
forget how good of the Superman with Christopher Reeves was, man. I mean, for its time, it was legendary. It's kind of how we look at Avengers and all that shit now. Like this is what they were watching. Similar to
Yeah.
the '60s, where the Batman cartoon, not cartoon, the Batman show
Batman
with
movie. Look,
Adam West.
the Adam West Batman films, I look, the reason why I love Batman, at least that version of Batman, his utility belt had everything.
Every
Okay.
damn thing.
His utility belt.
Another Batman in that motherfucker.
And everything. What the heck are you gonna do with freaking shark spray?
Shark spray. Get the
I
shark
get
spray, Robin.
when
Robin knew where everything was.
yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers. They were the real superheroes.
Man, yeah, and they didn't have like I think they said this one time in the Big Bang Theory, like you didn't have to sew any muscles into the suit. You just knew he was Batman.
That's
You
right.
know
That's
that
right.
that was it. Man.
Awesome. No, good pick. Superman, Christopher Reeve, Superman. Yo, shout out. And in here's a little spoiler, but not really. His son, Christopher Reeve's son, actually
Yeah.
is in the Superman movie. I don't know if you've seen the
Oh,
clip. Yeah,
nice.
he plays like
Salute.
he played like a reporter. It's just like a salute to him. So
Oh,
that was
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Definitely awesome. All right, ready for my number 4? Okay, this is gonna catch you off guard. Ready for my
Yep.
number 4? I know
Mhm.
this motherfucker. I know this is on your list. But I bunched them together because I had to, because I didn't want to waste 2 spots.
Right.
But it feels like it should be higher than it is, but this is where it's at. Ninja Turtles 1
1
and
and
2.
2.
Yes. Notice it ain't no 3 on that motherfucker, because
Okay.
not that one. Sorry. But
Okay. Yes, I will say this. Ninja Turtles is on my list. It was but number 4, in comparison to the other films, I kind of get why you would put that kind of lower on the list. Um
mhm.
I'm kind of surprised you put that before Blade though. But
Listen.
mhm,
Listen. Yo, Secret of the Ooze. I got to tell you, like if I was just talking Ninja Turtles 1, the first one,
yep.
I probably would have put I probably would have put Blade before it. I would have put
Mm,
Blade before it. But
mm.
Secret of the Ooze, I had a hard time deciding if I was going to do 3 or if I was going to do 4, because that was my one that, even though I will agree that the setup, being older, I'll agree that the setup for the Ninja Turtles movie was the darker, theme, the element and everything, and from the very first one was complete genius, bro, to me.
Yeah.
But the dynamic of Secret of the Ooze with
Mm.
Tokan Razor
Mm.
and just everything that was involved. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Kino, the pizza scene in the beginning, everything made that movie a staple of my fucking childhood, bro.
Mm.
I
I
love that movie.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it all the time. It wasn't until
Yep.
later that I found out why the second one was a lot more on the campy side compared to the
Yes,
first. Parents were like, "Oh, the first one was too dark. Why, we can't take this to see our
exactly.
kid." Like, but I get, I get what they mean. But if they read the comic, they probably wouldn't have shown their kids this anyway.
At
Like,
all. Yeah, we wouldn't be watching cartoon Ninja Turtles at all
we
and shit,
wouldn't have
because the
watched
comics are way worse.
none of that. Like the turtles, like as much as we've been talking about multiverses like for a long time now, the turtle multiverse is vast,
Yeah.
right? It's great. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, but Ninja Turtles 1 and 2, those are really solid choices. Really solid choices.
Yeah, I
Mm.
definitely love these movies, man. This and Batman. When I tell you this, Batman and wrestling. That's my literally. You can just watch my childhood through those 3 things. There was definitely other things, but Batman, Ninja Turtles, and wrestling. That
Did you
was my
know that
shit.
this year is I think it's the 35th anniversary of the first movie?
The first Ninja Turtle. Yeah, they
The
said
fir-
they were
they're
they're
doing
putting it.
screenings of it. Mhm.
Yeah, back in
Yep.
theaters. So yeah, big shout out to that. Amazing, Jim Henson. R.I.P. bro, because yeah, you definitely provided us awesome. I'm still waiting, just like I'm still waiting for a Power Rangers, that's up to date, that is as fucking good or extra phenomenal. And I know they can do it. I know
They
they can
are
do it.
doing another Power Rangers series, right? And that is currently in like early stages of development. It's supposed to premiere on Disney Plus. Disney is not they're not flipping the money for this, but they're giving this as like they're basically a distributor, right?
Okay.
I don't know as far as tone what they're gonna do because there's been new Power Rangers comics out for for a while now. So
Yeah.
who knows? But I guess we're gonna
Yeah.
have to
They
wait and see.
they also
Yeah.
just reignited all the toys and stuff,
Yeah.
where they're bringing all the toys, the old school toys that we used to play with when we were
The
kids.
head
When that shit
flip.
was,
Mm-hmm.
yup, all of that
Yep.
stuff, man. The Ninja Turtles. They even have the old Hasbro wrestlers.
Yep.
Like, they, yeah, it's crazy that they're bringing back, because kids ain't buying toys no more. So I guess what they feel like, hey, let's bring all the old shit back for all the 30-year-olds who are reliving their childhood, and they'll go and buy them and purchase them, and have
The
collections.
adult toy collector market is huge because
Huge.
we're out here like, look, we got adult money now.
That's right.
We're going to revisit our childhood through these toys. We're going to introduce them to our kids, So,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Mhm.
It's crazy. All right, Kyle. What's your number 4, man?
Yeah, number 4 is like number 4 for me has got to be Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Okay, there you go. That's a good one to put on here. People,
Yep.
that's another one that when it came out, listen, bro, that shit made so much noise.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wasn't prepared yet, because we haven't seen, besides the cartoon, a crazy awesome depiction of Spider-Man. And that movie
No.
was so damn good.
It was so, it was so good. It was so I think when I'm saying well done a lot, but yeah, but it was, it was well done. Like I could watch that no problem. My only issue with it was the PlayStation game that came out.
You didn't
Um
like it? I
it's not
like that one.
no, it's not like I didn't like it. It's that the second one was better because
It was.
when you did the web swinging, physics made more sense. Like whereas before, like and yeah, call me nitpicky if you want to, but if I'm swinging my web, where is it going? I didn't see where these
And
webs were going. It
putting
just
it to the air. Good night, baby.
that's it.
Just putting it to the air, and that was it.
Just
That was
swing on a
I remember
cloud.
talking about.
Swing on a cloud, whereas before you had to be really, precise with where you were swinging,
Yeah.
So
Oh
it,
yeah.
but I enjoyed the game, and I really enjoyed the first movie.
Yeah.
Second one
Yeah.
more than the first one, but
True.
I really enjoyed it either way.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man opened doors, man. Opened a lot of doors for, the realm that we live in now. Even like we say, there's been a lot, man. This is back in 2002. This is
Yep.
back in 2002, bro. Like, you gotta remember.
2002, we are the older generation now.
I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. I remember
Yeah.
being in the movie theater, watching this damn movie in awe.
Mhm.
Like, can't believe that I'm watching Spider-Man fight the Green Goblin for real. Like, that
Yep.
shit is crazy, bro.
Yep.
Awesome pick, man. All right. We're gonna get on to number 3, and we're gonna start wrapping up. I gotta give me something to eat. I've been doing
You haven't
shows since
eaten
like
yet.
what, 7:30 now? Hell no.
You haven't
I've
eaten
been
yet.
doing shows. I've been dedicated to the craft tonight, yo.
You
But
still
now we
gotta
gonna,
eat, bro.
yeah, no, I was on doing a wrestling show before I came on today,
Mm.
and now we're doing the ENT. But number three is waiting for us, and we got Batman Returns,
Batman
baby.
Returns.
My favorite Batman movie of all time.
Mm.
It never will
Mm.
not be. As much as I love the first one, this one, I mean, and like you said before, like we were saying about Tobey Maguire, like just think about the cast, man. If you
Yep.
go back and watch this movie in the 90s, just think about the cast. You had Michael Keaton, Batman. You had Danny DeVito, one of the greatest depictions of a villain that you can see, like you see it. He was nothing but the Penguin.
They should bring him back,
I'm saying.
even for like a quick cameo. Like the next Batman movie we see is gonna be a Batman and son kind of deal.
Ooh, with
So
Damien.
with Damien.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
They never really got right the Batman and Robin. They never really did it right.
Not in the movies, no.
Yeah.
It's like after the last, those other
Night, baby.
two people were very careful. Or at
Yeah,
least
yeah. They tried the Chris O'Donnell. Even though I like Batman Forever. I'm not
yeah,
against it. I like Jim Carrey's depiction of the Riddler. I love that shit.
right?
Even Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face was great. But I enjoyed Batman Returns just has a place in my heart, man. That's my damn Christmas movie. That's a
Yep.
Batman movie.
Mhm.
All the way, Christopher Walken's character, like you had Billy D. Williams playing Harvey Dent. Like this fucking movie was just crazy. Michelle Pfeiffer playing Catwoman,
Hello.
another
Hello.
great Catwoman, bro.
Hello.
Probably my
That
favorite Catwoman.
that was
Thinking about it.
somebody's BDSM awakening right
I'm telling you right now, just incredible depiction. Her coming home, falling out that window, and then breaking up the whole house and making the suit, and all
there.
the cats coming through the window and shit. That shit was phenomenal, bro.
Yep. Mhm.
Tim Burton, Tim
Yep.
Burton, incredible. Batman Returns is my shit, bro. What you got for
Mhm.
number 3?
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, there we go. Back to
Oh,
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles, the first one, definitely. I remember as a kid I watched the cartoon first. Then I saw the live action, the live action movie. I was 3.
Mm,
And then later on I saw 2, and then later on I saw 3. I remember really loving 3 just because it was goofy as heck. But
yeah, it was.
um yeah, but number 1, and that was my first comic book live action movie. For
Oh,
the
Ninja
early
Turtles.
for the early 90s, they did the comic book justice. They really did. They
Yeah,
added they added elements of the cartoon and the comic book in there, and it was really well done, you
yeah.
know?
I
So I
really enjoyed it.
and it was the first time I cursed.
Ah, he remembers that.
I remember that. I remember that because I remember watching it with my cousin. It's out on VHS, at this moment, right? We're watching it on the TV, and Raph just cusses, and I copy him, and then my cousin snitches on me,
Oh
tells
man,
my mom, and then I remember her brushing my teeth. I don't know
really?
why. I hope it wasn't with soap. I just
Probably. Probably was so, bro. You
oh
gotta
man.
remember them times. You know about when he said "damn" when he lost his
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I
Exactly.
remember that. I
That's
remember
another
that
re
for
that's
sure.
another reason why parents didn't want their kids watching the next one.
That is so. I mean, I get it. I definitely do get it when you think about it. I mean, like I said before, listen, you talking to people that grew up in watching WWF Attitude Era every day. I'm passing by, D Generation X, Suck It, posters and shit.
I
So
remember that. Yeah, I
I
remember that era.
understand. I do understand, but at the same time, I'm glad we had the edge. I'm glad we
Mhm.
had the edge. I'm glad we had it a little darker. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like they're trying to hide everything from these kids, and these kids are just getting all this shit anyway. It was honestly way more shit than we ever had because they just got at
They
their
got the
fingertips.
internet. They got the internet. They can look it up
Exactly.
themselves. We had to really search for
Yeah,
it.
that's
We
right.
had to search, we had to wait, so they can get it at any point. You don't even have to watch the full movie anymore. Just look up a clip on TikTok or YouTube. You good.
You good. You gotta want to read the synopsis and shit on the internet. You gotta
That's
watch
it.
it.
That
Got
is it.
everything.
Mm,
But all right, number 3 is Ninja Turtles. Okay, it's a nice list.
yeah.
We matched up there. So we got number 2 and 1 left. All right, I'm gonna jump into number 2 and just say Captain America 3, Civil War, man. This movie for me,
Mhm.
listen, when I think about superhero movies and I think about star power, I
Yep.
don't think it gets much bigger than this fucking movie right here, bro. Like,
Mm.
you gotta remember this shit as far as from the action, from the story, telling the Civil War story with Captain America versus Iron Man. And just having everything down to Spider-Man's introduction into the Marvel universe. You can't beat this shit, bro. I mean, the movie was so good, bro. That
It
fight
was
scene,
packed.
it was super. Remember when Ant-Man turned to Giant Man for the first time, bro?
Yep.
Everything. I was in the theater screaming like, yes,
Mhm.
such a good damn movie, bro.
Yeah, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I just felt like it was mistitled, right?
Mm,
Because I remember reading some of the Civil War comic. right? And it was a lot more larger in scale.
Oh yeah.
You can only do so much with the limits that they had because they didn't have access to everybody and they didn't you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got that. But that was not a civil war. That was a playground. The airport battle was great, but it was more like if you got a bunch of people jumping each other on the playground. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I
That
get what you mean. I get what you mean for sure.
and the
Yeah.
fight between the fight between Captain America and Iron Man that broke my heart. I knew it was gonna
Oh.
happen because they're on
And
opposing
Bucky,
sides now. And but
that shit was great, man.
that it just it broke my heart on it, honestly. But because the fight choreography was so good there,
Yeah.
and but yeah, I see why you put it up there, man. Hmm.
Yeah, Civil War was that shit, and listen, I was like really debating because like we were saying, Spider-Man 2, like there was a couple ones, and like I said, Infinity War to me is the best superhero movie of all time to me. As far as just like if I was like rating a scale that I
Hmm.
think everybody should agree on, I would put Infinity War up there, and I'd be like, "Yo, argue with me," and I'd
Hmm.
hold my own for that whole fucking thing.
Hmm.
But Civil War is another one that I'm sorry, it's high up there. So I picked that one because I think that I like that one more, just for what we talked about.
I
But
got
what
you.
you got for number two?
I had to, I was thinking about it in my head, and I was like, okay, wait, I gotta change this. So I gotta go for number two, Iron Man.
Mm, another classic,
Got to go with Iron
another
Man because
door opener.
it started the experiment. You know what I mean? And this was Robert Downey Jr.'s return to I believe this is like his return to mainstream acting.
Yeah,
And
it was.
after everything that went down, and he knocked it out the park. Him and Gwyneth Paltrow and they knocked it out the park, man. It was really
Yeah,
it was just a really fun ride. And I gotta also give it up to Terrence Howard at the time too,
that's right.
as Rhodey.
Playing
And
Rhodey.
it was a very it was a very fun, it was a very fun, well put together, film. And some Easter eggs I didn't get at the time, like the whole thing with the burger. I didn't understand that at the time. But it was a very
I don't know if I understand it now. What
yeah,
was with the
but
burger?
if you notice, he'll always have like a burger or something in his hand. Like that was the
That's right.
when he finally got home. That was the first. That was I think he had one when he went to the Middle East, and then he had another one when he got back home. And I forgot what it was supposed to actually symbolize, but but that was a burger thing. Somebody on a video pointed it out. I would not have gotten it at first. You know,
Got it.
you
Yeah,
know.
Iron Man was really good, man. I mean, even just like we were talking about before, just certain parts of it. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man didn't even have like a super great like villain, in my opinion. I think like what Jeff Bridges, I think he was the one who was the villain for that one.
Yeah, he
Um,
was pretty much just he was pretty much just just greedy and jealous. Like this is where Marvel was just getting their stride, and that's the biggest and that the biggest letdown for a lot of the Marvel films were the villains, unfortunately, because
mm,
a lot of them felt like they were just fighting themselves. They were fighting like a variation of themselves. The villain, like the guy put himself in an iron suit, right?
that's
Without
right.
really understanding how to, how to control it. And it's like, okay, so how did you figure out the ice problem? What ice problem? Eh,
And you're done.
fall like a
Yeah,
stack of bricks,
but it was
Still
still a really good movie. Yeah,
still
still
a really
watching
good
it and
movie.
then seeing him getting trapped and then making the damn Iron Man suit out of nothing and shit like that or whatever, just off what he had,
Off of what he
to
had,
build
but
the.
he also had to, and people forget this. It wasn't just a box of scraps that he made the suit in the arc reactor from. It was a box of scraps from his company,
That's
right?
right.
It was a box of scraps and technology from his company. So he went from selling weapons of war to now stopping it.
That's right. Yeah.
this was a whole redemption arc for him, and that's why the Iron Man film, besides the action scenes and everything, you know, is a great superhero movie.
No,
Mhm.
no, you're not lying. Very great choice. Very great choice. All right, we down to number one, bro. Number one. And I don't know if y'all saw it coming, but it's definitely up here. And I got a little bit of a rant, not too much, but I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant with it.
I rant all the time. Go ahead.
The Dark Knight. Now, this right here, the reason why I said I want to go on a little bit of a rant with it, because especially now, I don't know what happened in these last 20 years or whatever. But when the fuck did we start acting like The Dark Knight wasn't one of the greatest Batman movies of all fucking time? Like,
And
I thought that was a clear kind of thing. Like, I
it,
remember when this movie came out in 2008, and
yep,
when I tell you, there was motherfuckers living in the movie theaters to watch this shit.
yep.
Of course, you had a really bad incident that happened, around it, which kind of, tainted a little bit of it or whatever. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
remember, I was
I
even
re-
kind of scared. I saw it 3 times in the theaters, and there was a couple
I
times I was kind of nervous.
I remember because my grandmother, may she rest in peace, she called me that night and she's like, "Please don't go see that movie." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because it had just happened. The thing in Colorado,
Yeah,
it had just happened, right? So she's like, "Please don't go see the movie." I'm like, "It's not the movie's fault.
that's right. Yeah,
It's not the
that
movie's
was the
fault."
thing that stuck.
He used it as cover, but people wanted to blame the movie, and because he called himself the Joker and that whole thing,
Yeah,
I'm like, it's not the movie's fault, you know. So went to see it that night, had a good time.
bro. I'm trying to listen, bro. When I tell you that this movie right here, changed the way that I looked at movies, because I didn't necessarily like this one for Batman. I like this
Mhm.
shit because the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker,
Yep.
was one of the best portrayals of any villain that I've ever seen in
Mhm.
any movie. I'm not even saying just a superhero movie. I'm talking about any movie
Any
I've ever
movie.
watched.
Yep.
When you go back and you watch this movie, it's not just the parts where he's fighting Batman. It's almost the parts where he's not.
Mm.
When he's fucking with the people, when he's going
When
and
he's
telling the
talking
story.
and when he's killing them, yeah. Mhm.
The guy was the scene where they're driving the truck and
Yep.
Batman's got the thing and he's standing there and he's shooting the gun, he's just shooting around. Bro, the depiction of that character was so fucking good. I mean, the movie was good too, but
Mhm.
that shit was just so well done.
Mm.
His everything of the mannerisms, the conversations, it was unbelievable, bro. The Dark Knight forever. Like,
Mhm.
and to hear people say it's not even that good, I'm like, what the fuck were y'all watching?
Woo!
That's
What, where,
that's
why, and how did you come to that conclusion?
I've been hearing, I don't understand. I'm telling you, bro. A lot of time, a lot now, people will say the Robert Pattinson Batman, a 2.5 hour fucking movie of him walking around being grunge. Not saying that, another one. I mean, I'm not saying that I kind of liked it, but I can't really even watch it back. I've rewatched that movie fucking like 4 times, and I've had to turn it off because I
I
couldn't finish it again.
I have not seen it yet,
It's
and I have not seen it yet, and and Ty, babe, she is a Batman. She's a Batman fan, so I'm kind of like I don't know why I don't know why I'm so hesitant. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
it's
have no idea why I'm so hesitant. Why I haven't seen the movie yet.
it's good for one watch, man. But it's just like it's early year Batman, and I feel like I don't know. It's just like I feel like people are just kind of like, people like it for whatever they like it for. People like whatever they like, man. It's like it is what it is. But it's just like I just don't understand how it's just what are you looking for from a movie that it's just not that same thing I feel about Superman. It's just not that much going on. It's like, what the fuck
Mm,
do you like? Do you just like the parts that you like, and that's why you like it so much? But when you look at the whole movie, it's like there's just this motherfucker's literally walking in the rain with makeup on. I'm not bullshitting you. That's
hmm.
most of the
Okay.
movie.
That sounds like 2000s emo right there. That
Yeah, I'm dead ass.
you know,
I'm dead
and
ass.
I'm cool with that, but but I got but okay, so question. would you watch, because there's a plethora of animated Batman films out there that have come out in the last decade.
Oh
Would
yeah.
you have you ever seen Batman Year One?
Oh yeah. Yep. I watched that one. I watched Batman Year One. I've watched Batman what the hell was it called? The two-parter where it was
Oh,
Old
Dark
Man
Knight and Dark Knight
Batman,
Returns.
Dark Knight, yeah, Dark Knight Returns, Dark
Mm,
Knight, when he fought the gang with the girl Robin.
yeah.
I watched most of that shit, to be honest with you. I just started watching the new one that's on the Amazon Prime. It's hit or miss. The Penguin being the woman, and that's
You
not the
mean
reason.
Cape Crusader? Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I
haven't really gotten too much into it. It's just I don't know. It's just not. It's missing me a
I
little bit.
that was me and Ty's. That was like one of our first things that we binged together.
Yeah,
And we were like, it's cool. I like it for what it is. I like the things that they tried to do different, you
yeah.
know. It did feel like they were trying to bring us back to the same feeling that you got when you would watch Batman the animated series back in back in the 90s, but
That's why I wanted to start watching it because I was hearing stuff like that.
it was the same, because it was the same. It was some of the same team. It was Bruce Tim and a few people doing this,
Yeah,
having the same team. And honestly, I liked the depiction of Harley Quinn. I liked this more sociopathic version of Harley. I'm not saying she's the best. She's not. But I enjoyed the differences. And the Penguin the penguin being a woman has nothing to do with the personality. It was more of a like a take it or leave it, she's gonna kill you anyway kind of deal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll probably have to like give it another shot. I just whenever I'm watching something and I'm like, okay, I'm interested and I'm gonna give it a shot. But if I start seeing too much going on and I'm just like, if it's hard for me to try to get into it,
yeah.
then I got a lot of shit to do. Basically, what I'm trying to say is
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh
so
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if you got to captivate my shit really quick, or I'm gonna kind of think about something else I got to do or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'll try to give it a
I
chance.
give
I
it
love
like
Batman.
three. I give everything like I go by the 3 episode rule, but there are times where I have dropped something because I didn't like the first episode,
Yeah,
and then sometimes you gotta, sometimes I gotta wait a while,
bro.
So.
Breaking Bad. Let me tell you something. Breaking Bad. I started watching Breaking Bad like 3 or 4 times just because everybody was talking about it,
Mhm.
and I was turning it on, and this was also association because I was associating the main character
Yeah.
as Bryan Cranston. I was associating him with Malcolm in the Middle because that's all I knew him from really,
That's
and
all you
I
knew him
knew
from? He was
how
also
this
in
is
Power Rangers
funny.
too.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He played
Besides the movie, he was
yeah.
actually like he's got some history with the franchise. You know,
Oh, you know
he
what? You're right. I did see that before.
yeah, he voiced a few monsters.
That's right. I did see him in when I was looking at IMDb pages and stuff like that. I saw him portrayed in it. All right, Kyle. Let's go ahead and do
Yep.
your last number one, bro, and see what you got for your number one superhero movie, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up, brother.
Yeah, number 1 for me, yeah, we have finally, overlapped. It is Dark Knight
There we go.
slash Endgame. I
Oh, okay. You got to pick
okay,
both. Okay.
I gotta get both in there. I gotta get both in there.
Listen, I'm not mad at that.
Mm,
So that we talked about Dark Knight a little bit. What else you want to
okay.
add to it?
Okay, look. Okay, when you're trying to this was a realistic depiction of Batman, and that is in realistic, loosely, but and I really like the way they were done. I liked Morgan Freeman in it. I
Yeah,
liked I liked the way, like the way they used the technology. I even liked the tank Batmobile. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It was different.
I like the Tumbler Batmobile, but yes, the Joker sells it. The Joker sells it. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. Now, I heard that he went full method for this role. He went full
Yeah,
method actor for this role. He went and some people, I heard people back in the day say that was part of the reason why he ended up dying. But I'm like, look, what happened was tragic, but he left a really good last, like he left a really good last performance,
Big
and
Mark, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's a huge mark. But watching this, but watching the Dark Knight film made you question a lot of things. I love films that make you think. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, for
And
sure.
this really made me think. Not just because I'm a fan, not just because I'm a geek, but it made me think about humanity. And now here we are where privacy is constantly being threatened. And
Mm,
so that's what that made me think of, because that last scene where he turns everybody's phone into cameras, I'm like,
yeah,
this
that
is where
sonar.
yes, this
Yeah,
is where we are right now. They didn't
yeah,
predict it.
oh yeah,
We were already pretty much there, but here we are, but here we are now,
yeah, yeah,
so
bro. Definitely
mhm.
real, the real
and
shit.
Endgame, look, Endgame was a lot of people's dreams, okay? Like
Yeah,
I got a cousin who's a huge Captain America fan, Avengers fan, all of that, right? And he was waiting to share the moment with his kids of seeing Captain America finally say Avengers assemble.
assemble,
That moment when Mjolnir went to Captain America
bro.
and Thor was like, I knew it, because they were building up to all of this, you
Yep.
know, and it was a sight, it was a sight to see. It was
Yeah.
it was,
Unbelievable movie, man.
and
Unbelievable movie.
could it be repeated? I don't know, but
But
if
we're gonna
they
be
would,
watching Doomsday and everything else.
but
We hope so.
I'm gonna be 100 with you, bro. If they decided that the MCU was gonna end there,
I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad either. I would not be mad.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they had a miraculous job, man. It was a great run, and they kind of pigeon-toed themselves, because you get to a point where if you're going to keep going, you better make it worth it, because you
Yep.
definitely had a grand finale, and after a grand finale, you can either stop or you can come back for an encore, and hopefully what they're doing is an encore, but Fantastic Four really is going to tell us that.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Kyle, man, it's been an awesome night. Definitely glad we came
Awesome
back
night.
tonight talking
Hmm.
superheroes, and definitely a lot of nostalgia. I know I'm gonna go in the room now and get on TikTok, and I'm gonna see nothing but all this stuff we've been talking about.
Right.
That's how
Right.
life is now.
Hmm.
But yeah, man. Yo, I want to say thank you for coming back on tonight,
Thanks
and
for having me.
of course, bro. And we're gonna definitely do I'm gonna keep going until little man's here,
Yep.
and then once he here, then I'm really gonna keep going, because then I don't gotta stop anymore. But yeah, so yeah, wifey's home, man. My wife's home, everybody's home. My kids are gonna be able to go back to school. So yeah, we're gearing up, man. We're gearing up, and everything's going where it needs to go. And how's life over there, man? Everything good? Family's
Life,
good?
yeah, life. Yeah, you know what? Life for me, aside from a few ups and downs here and there, are great. You know what I'm saying? And big ups to Babe, because we're trying to keep each other grounded. You know,
Awesome.
like
Yeah,
like life is doing what life is doing, but our hearts are connected. And
that's good.
as cheesy as that sounds, that is what I run on cheesiness. I really do. So
Hey,
yeah,
if it's real, that's what matters. Because
it's
at the
real,
end of
dude.
the day, like we've talked about all the time, bro, there's certain times in life where you need that nostalgia memory, you need
Yep.
that love and the partner. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need yourself. I got out of my house yesterday when I was before I did my wrestling show. I got
Yep.
off of work and I had kind of an annoying day. It wasn't even bad. It was just annoying. And I went and I fucking got me something to eat. I didn't feel like cooking. And I went and sat in my car and just ate, bro. I didn't fucking go nowhere. Just
Mhm.
and it was just nice to kind of get away. You gotta, just take care of yourself and do what you need for yourself sometimes.
Yep.
But guys, Beeline, we appreciate you guys, man. It's been a late night. I'm super tired, and it's end of the week. We will be back next week. Unless something happens, like I said, I know it's a little sporadic right now. You got to just work with me. I'm trying to get behind this camera, but I got stuff going on. But next week we'll be back talking more entertainment, talking more wrestling, talking more of whatever we talk about on the web show. And
Yep.
I can't wait for it, man. Stay true, stay positive, pay attention, and me and Kyle is gonna wrap it up for the night. Kyle, man, be good, bro.
You too. Now
Peace
go
out,
get yourself
y'all.
something to eat. Go get
Yeah,
yourself
I'm about
something
to
to
go
eat.
eat, bro. I'm about to go kill
Big ups
something.
to
It's
you and the
late,
family.
but
Now go get something to eat, bro.
thanks, bro. All right, have a great night, guys.
You too.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you head on over to the Beeline Entertainment LLC YouTube channel, where we have so much more for you. We have the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, as well as Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk on Wednesdays, and of course, the Beeline Entertainment Show on Thursday night. Join us and make sure that you hit that like, hit that share, and of course, subscribe with that bell button for the notifications